happen for myself and my family. There's no way that this is real, man, it can't be.
How's it going, everybody, and welcome back to Modify Your Life podcast, where I'm your host, Anthony Lopez, also known as Heavy to Modified. And here on Modify Your Life podcast, we talk about modifying your life mentally, physically, emotionally, financially, and spiritually. So if you have not noticed, we've been on it. We've been on it because I've invested into myself, into the brand, into the podcast, into everything in life. I've been staying home. I've been off the jet ski.
It's a lifestyle.
It is a lifestyle. It is like, and normally we would have 3 cameras, so no, they wouldn't know you're here. But they know you're here now. So we have a guest. If you haven't known, you're not just gonna sit there all day and just listen to me talk. But I just want to say, like, thank you everyone who's been commenting. We've been more comments on YouTube, on Instagram, on Apple Podcasts. Our vlogs are going up. Our followers are going. Everything is going up, and it's so crazy how you do the right thing for freaking 2 weeks, and all of a sudden things start working, right? So, I think that's going to like lead into this conversation. What's up, big dog?
We chilling, man. First podcast.
Is your first podcast ever doing?
Ever, bro.
This is your first. I popping your cherry.
Little nervous.
Little nervous, bro. Yeah. You know what?
We've been talking. Lube, you know.
Yeah.
Ease it in, brother.
No.
I'm not judging,
just
but
for pure friends. You know what I mean?
We rock.
We rock. This is like the fastest I've ever had anyone on a podcast, to be honest, because when we first met, I didn't even know who you were. I've heard about you.
Right.
I don't know if you even heard about me. Daniel, if he didn't, we got problems. But don't tell me.
We're not going to mention that.
Yeah, we won't mention that, right? Don't mention that. But we talked, and I was like, bro, we're talking. One, you weren't even aware of how I needed that conversation, because I even texted you that night. I'm like, bro, like, out of all the conversations I had today, like, that one stood out.
And it's crazy because that text meant a lot to me.
It's crazy how that works.
It's like, this is the first time I felt like I've been in an environment where everyone's clicking. You know
like,
what I mean?
It's like, it's, do you, wait, hold on. Everyone, I'm sorry. You guys are here listening to this. Who are you? We just did it again. Because we've been talking. Like, everyone knows who I am. Like, we know him, bro. Yeah, we got right into it. Anyway, so like, look at who are you? What's your name? Where are you from? What's your background? What got you sitting here in the seat today? So sorry.
No,
we're about to go on.
Bro. We're getting right into the nitty-gritty.
Yeah, we wasting no time.
So, my name is Brandon. To start off, I've been in the cannabis industry since 2021, right after COVID. You know, for me, that was a pivotal point in my life where things really started to take off. Kind of going back to what you were saying, you know, being surrounded by people that were not so, they didn't constrain the knowledge, right? They put me on. They had success. They passed it down, and that's where I kind of learned that's you need that team around you, right? And I've always wanted to be around people where you're just constantly leveling each other up.
Yeah.
So I got into the cannabis industry with a brand called Torch. A year ago, I got in with Chris at Exodus. We did some good things, moved up to the VP position. And
I heard some really good things. I heard that you're Brandon's the man of the hour, the man, the myth, the legend.
I'm for the people, bro. I'm here for the people.
I asked you. I was like, hey, how do you do closing? Like, you know what I mean? I asked you because I know about you, big dog. You told me.
I appreciate that. And
good
one
things,
thing I learned from my mentors and Chris as well. You know, big ups to Chris, big ups to Jacob at Exodus. But at the end of the day, when you in sales, I've learned that you're not selling shit. You're just providing value.
Yeah.
When you can provide value to someone, they will be forever indebted. You know, that's not a great word, but they'll be indebted to you. You're locked in regardless of where you go.
I don't think indebted is a bad thing, man. It's like I have clients on my program, and even off my program that literally like are so grateful and so thankful that I didn't give up on them, or I teach them, or I started doing coaching, or even people thanking me just for doing my journey.
Right.
So it's like indebted is not bad. I'm indebted to a lot of people, Daniel being one of them, and I think he would say vice versa, because you know when someone could be there and bring such value to you, and it sticks with you, and you personally feel like that is like the person who I'm going to give thanks and give my flowers and my roses to, or just a simple thank you. I mean, I don't think it's a bad thing. I feel like, you know, it's a good thing. I feel like we all have, I think we talked about this yesterday. Like, only the losers say they made it by themselves.
It's impossible.
It's not. It's the team.
It's fucking impossible. And if you're saying that, you're a damn liar at the end of the day.
You're just selfish.
One, you didn't birth yourself to get here.
No.
Right? You didn't raise yourself. And like, kind of going back to your initial question, there were some unfortunate events that happened in my life that really made me change the way I think about, you know, what am I doing with these gifts that I was given, you know, from God? What am I doing with this? And that evolved into a voice that was so loud that I made the decision to opt out the cannabis industry. And Chris, being one of those guys that I consider family and a brother, wanted to keep me around, and I wanted to stay within the ecosystem and still work. And this all came to us developing a brand called Vor. And Vor is going to be, my man's is repping.
I'm repping right now.
I'm not even repping my own brand.
That's right. You'll learn. You'll learn. We're getting him on the social media side where I'm like, hey man, everything, because you notice, like, you know, when you walk in, even though I don't own all of this, right? This is Premium X heavy to modified.
Right.
But you walk in, you see my logo there, you see my logo there.
Right.
You know what I mean? In my house, same thing. I have my logo here, logo there. And you're going to learn that, man. It's like one thing that I've learned from Daniel, even freaking just looking at Adrian's computer screen now, Swish. That's what they call him.
My man's got his
own
logo on the whip. He's got his logo
you know
on
what I mean?
his screensaver.
So you'll notice that, like, we as now, like, doing social media is like, and it doesn't have to be like doing social media, just entrepreneurs, right?
Right, yep.
You're your brand, right? And you're gonna quickly remember, like, realize that, like, bro, you are your brand. You don't ever know who you're gonna shake, who you're gonna, or you know when people ask, like, because people think it says Dior. And then ask a question like, "Oh, what is that? Is that like a fake Dior?" I'm like, "No, it's Vor. It's my boy's PPF company."
Opens up the conversation.
So you get what I'm saying?
just
So
to
like,
have,
and I guarantee if you ask Daniel why he came up with that word, I guarantee he's gonna be like, and if he does it, then I got this. So this is I need 5%.
Yeah,
it's like it's a conversation starter because if someone see like, "Oh, that's a sick ass Dior." Oh, it's Vor. Wait, what's that? What you got a car?
Now we chopping
now
it
we're
up.
chopping
Now
it up.
we
Now
chopping
we're
it up.
you know what I mean? And think
Exactly.
about branding is everything, bro. So from my logo to when you got your logo, we'll get your logo up there. And because how we do it is like, I'll show you right now, actually. We could actually just show you how it looks. So when I get me and Daniel shoot a podcast, this is what I use. So if you look at the screen, you can look that way. So now we got heavy to modified and premium on there. You know what I mean? So like
They look nice.
They look
nice
that's
by
they go,
each
hey,
other,
they belong side by side. You know what I mean? But it's one thing is like, you'll realize that you are now, right? Because you were before, safe to say it, I mean, not sure if this is disrespectful or not, but you were Exodus.
1,000%. So this is that's a key point, right? Is I've come to a point in my life where I've decided to no longer be a racehorse. And what I mean by that is people see my gifts, they see my abilities and potential, and they'll hop on that, as they should, as a business owner,
like
right?
that.
You need to have people around you that will get you to the finish line.
Yeah.
Now this is a shift in my life where I'm hopping on the racehorse.
Tired of people hopping on you.
Exactly.
I like that.
It's not a bad thing.
No, I know.
It's not a bad thing because for everyone, not everyone is ready to start their business. Not everyone is in that mindset. Maybe
Also,
they don't have the network.
There's people that need to be entrepreneurs.
Correct.
There's
you got to
people,
learn.
Some people want to grow past that.
1,000%.
Some people want to work a 9 to 5, be comfortable. They got a check, get their life insurance, and call it a day. Some people want to treat a business like it's their own, and then some people want to be entrepreneurs. So I like that, and like that just made me think right now. I'm sorry for cutting you off, but it's like, damn, like that was my whole life. Like I was a workhorse,
Yeah.
and now I am becoming the writer.
Yep.
And not the person that's getting
Oh,
ready.
no.
Now I'm like, no one's slapping me in my ass anymore. I'm slapping ass now.
You know, and honestly, there's positives and cons to both. I would say that there is a larger risk as a business owner because it's you. That's all you got. Who the fuck's gonna save you?
God
you know what I
damn.
mean? When I'm an employee, I know for a fact that paycheck gonna come through. I know that the health insurance gonna be funded, but as a owner, you're the one that's got to figure out because you're feeding these people's families.
Yeah.
So if something happens to you and you lose a bag, they still got to get fucking paid.
Hey, I'll say they can't.
You know what
Everyone
I mean?
can't lose the bag. You lose the bag.
You lose the bag.
That's
You
what
take
people.
that hit.
That's people don't understand when it comes to being a business owner. They think like everything's so easy. It's like when I get sick, when I don't show up, when I have a family, even just simply even something today, I'm gonna call this out. And I took full accountability. You know, yesterday I had a phone call. I messed up my calendar. I was supposed to be off yesterday for the fair. Had a call and I'm talking to someone. And I said, hey, I'm at the fair, so my apologies. It's not really proper. But tomorrow I'll call around, you know, if I could call like around 4 p.m. my time, I'm off. And she texted me earlier today. I didn't look at that call phone because I have 3 phones. You noticed I have 3 phones.
Yeah, I was like, damn.
My everyday
bro,
phone.
what else he
Yeah, I
doing?
know what this guy do, right? Yeah. No, I'm not trapping. But I have a call phone because I can't let anyone get a hold of me on whenever. I wish I could work with everyone for free, but I can't.
No, you got to create that.
I got to create that barrier, that
Correct.
boundary. So she had texted me like 11 a.m. and I wasn't. You see what we did today. And I text, and she said, hey, like you didn't reach out to me and blah blah blah, and not blah blah blah. It's rude. She's like, she was valid. She's like, you didn't reach out to me and you didn't respect my time, and I think that I'm just gonna find another coach. And I said, hey, I'm sorry you feel that way. I let you know I was gonna be free around 4 my time. It's now 3:50. I was gonna call. I have an alarm to call you in 10 minutes, but I completely understand, and I will do better moving forward. I wish you the best and luck of finding a better coach that fits
Which
you.
you could have.
Got mad. I could have went ham, but guess what? Why? If she feels that I was wrong in the situation, technically I was, because I had a call scheduled with her. She let me be with my family. That was nice of her. So I should have maybe responded at 11. I'm going to do better next time. Next time I'm able to keep the ringer on or whatever it might be. But at the end of the day, it's understanding that, like, with that being done, that's potentially $350 I lost today. Some people didn't make $350 today. I just lost it today.
Yeah.
And I had to be okay with it. And I had to learn from it. And I had to be like, fuck. What can I have done better? Not, oh, it's her fault. I told her 4. It's her. She felt a certain way. She's valid. But at the end of the day, when you're a 9-to-5 job and you're working for someone, if you choose to have a bad day and you choose to be mean to someone and not care and not show up and not make a good drink, not make good fries, no one gives a shit because you're not suffering.
Yeah, and it's not your name.
It's not your name on it. It's McDonald's. It's
Yep.
Exodus. It's Swish. It's Premium. It's this. But when it becomes your own self and your own brand, you're like, wait, hold on. I gotta carry myself with pride. I have to work hard. I have to wake up on time. I gotta look the part. We were talking about look the part, act the part.
Yep.
You know, you gotta wake up with a good movie. Even your girl got in an argument the night before.
You gotta put that mask on, man.
You know what I mean? And you made that jump.
Yeah, it was a scary jump, man. And for me, it was these events happened in my life, and they forced me to move closer to God. And one thing I've noticed is that voice that you have in your head that you're following is really loud. When you get closer to God, that voice dims a little bit, and then it dims more and more, and his voice gets louder, to the point where I got to a certain point in my life where I knew that voice was right. And if I didn't move, he was going to move me in that direction regardless.
I love that.
So it's like when you're walking your dog and your dog you're going to plop down and chill out.
You ain't going anywhere.
And you're tugging the leash. The dog's like, yo, what are you doing? It's like, no, motherfucker, we going.
Yeah.
Regardless if you want to or not, this is where we going.
Yeah.
And I had to come to terms with that, So the decision was, for a lot of people, they would ask me like, bro, why? Why just
I asked that because I
year?
knew I could only imagine, and you don't have to state it if you don't want to. It's no one's business. But I only could imagine the pay cut you took by leaving something that is, we all know. We see what these people look like. They own these. They're in the industry.
Yeah,
I'm like, motherfucker, are you a rapper? Like, you got a security guard. What do you do? You sell? Wait, hold on. I need to know more. Right? Mm-hmm. I'm like, man, it makes me not wish I was not. I mean, kind of bummed I wasn't in the industry, and but yeah, I mean, I only can imagine like that conversation with your family or that conversation with yourself, or even like, God, are you sure? Are you, like, you know what I mean? I can
6 more months. Yeah. Let me just rock it out. 6 more months. We'll add a couple more commas.
6 more months, please.
But one thing, and I've learned this through my customers, my clients, a lot of clients that turn into friends over the years, is not all money is good money. And at the end of the day, I went to I was in Ohio. I was visiting a client, and he was telling me this story about his cousin that hit a lotto ticket for $500,000. And the dude's like 23. 500K, just like that. 500K in his bank.
I'm intrigued. Go ahead. I'm intrigued.
So in the Arab community, they're very tied in with morals, right? And the way that you do business. And his pops took the ticket and took the money and said, this is not meant for you. Because at the end of the day, your fate is already destined. So if you're going to be rich, you're going to be rich regardless. But if you're rich the wrong way, then you also have to suffer the consequences that getting it the wrong way.
Damn.
So like for him, he's like, bro, what the fuck?
That's $500,000.
I got this plan. He said
about 400,000 actually after everything.
Yeah, I mean, taxes probably 6%. He probably got like 350.
350
for a lot
That's
of people,
a lot of money.
They don't make that in a couple years.
Less than 1% makes over 100K right now.
It's ridiculous, bro. And that really resonated with me, and even in the Bible when I'm reading it, it's talking about the foundation that you're laying. Right. And for me, my goal is legacy. I want my daughter to not have to go to college because she has multiple businesses she can run.
Yeah,
She
you
wants to
left
go
it to
to
her.
college, she
Let her
can.
do it. If she wants to
It's
go
up
for that
you.
craft, right, or whatever,
Right.
if she wants a master, take it
Right.
business or whatever it is.
But you know, for me, I was like, all right, am I gonna retire in this industry? No, I know for a fact this is not the end goal. This isn't the end for me. So, you know, I had a conversation with my brother, and he speaks a lot of real shit to me, and he was like, whatever your next step is, the longer you're here, the more time to get to that next step.
Facts.
So if you're not gonna start that next step now, then you're not gonna prosper the fruits of that step.
Yeah, and it's the longer you take to start, the longer it takes to complete.
Exactly.
I like that.
The timing in 2 years, 3 years, you might have missed the boat.
You might have missed you.
It's timing is of the essence.
is
We see
everything.
that with all these big guys. You know, they made the right move at the right time. A lot of people call it luck, but for me, that's just strategy. And preparation. You
I
know
look
what
at my social media like that. Like I hit at the right time. I started working on myself when God put it on my soul to work on myself. And if I didn't have those dreams, if I didn't have those suicidal thoughts, I wouldn't have worked on myself. I wouldn't have took it so seriously, you know.
Right.
But I do want to get back to that real quick. And this reminds me of literally it just happened. So I have these things on my podcast called Heavy Talks, and someone they leave more comments like positive than they didn't agree with me. He was like, oh, I don't believe that about the people winning money because, you know, that just, you know, if the reason why they lose the money. And I said the reason why people that win the lotto, they're broke in another year is because they didn't earn it. And they didn't know how to earn it, so they don't know how to keep it. And he's like, I don't agree with you. It's because they didn't invest it. But
your mind
mind is
right,
ready
bro.
for it. Your mind, and I was thinking like, okay, I kind of see where he's coming from, but I think I was just doing it to agree with him. But you just proved a point, and the story proved the point. Is that I am right, and I knew I was right, but I like to look at other people look at where other people come from. But
Right.
you wouldn't know how to invest it because you never invested anything in your life. You never invested into anything.
And you don't know the worth.
You don't know the
of that.
ways. You don't know the worth of investing. You know who to invest. You don't have a financial advisor or like a CPA. You don't have none of that. So if you were on food stamps, now you have $500K. Then you're gonna be back on food stamps in a year.
Right.
And say there's an anomaly, 1%. I'm not talking about them. I'm talking about the 99.9%.
The common.
Right, the common
yeah.
person, right? So I love that, and it's so crazy. Like I literally could go back and show the comment. I could show the comments like a day or two ago, and you brought this up to me. So it's interesting. I hope he's listening because it's true. If you don't earn it, you don't keep it. I don't care. I earned everything that I have. That's why it's hard to lose it. But I can lose it if I forget how I got here.
But you could also get it back because
Very true.
you
Because
went
now
through
I'm
the process.
losing everything, but I have 1.7 million followers on TikTok. I have 400 and something thousand on Instagram, and I know the process. I just messed up somewhere, and now I got to start taping up the ship again. I got to build a foundation. Maybe God took everything away because I wasn't prepared for it, or maybe God took everything away because I stopped becoming humble, or I stopped forgetting my why. Right, but we can rebuild again. You know what I mean? So I'm glad. I love that story that you shared that, and that's a hard pill to swallow, taking away 400,000 from someone. But if he's going to be successful, then he's going to be with her. Hopefully, his dad got the money and put it in some type of trust or something. But
Yeah.
I don't know whatever it is. But I'm glad you shared that because
it's like, sorry to cut you off,
you're
but
good.
before I forget, I think about it like you're into fitness, right? So muscle memory. For me, I've always had a hard time gaining weight. I was
shit,
like,
not me. I'm
we have the
that.
opposite.
I mastered
We have
it.
the opposite.
I got you.
But about a year ago, I was like $160, $170. Couldn't get over $170, right? And now I'm at 200, and that's like my new flat line.
Yeah, you look solid.
I
We did say
appreciate
you
it,
look like a runner earlier.
Yeah.
We did. We were all talking crap. I was like, my man look like a runner.
It's the lighting. But going back to it, when you get to a certain weight or a certain strength, it's hard to break that barrier. But let's say I slack for the next 6 months. Getting back to that after I've already done it is a lot easier because of the muscle memory. And your brain and your mindset, it's a muscle, so you're putting these foundations and these neural networks in place and these habits. We talked a lot about habits.
The whole life is on habits.
So when you lose it, for someone that's had it and they gained it the right way and they lose it, they already have that foundation of, all right, this is the systems I have in place and the things I need to do to get it back. But for someone that's never done that and then you just throw $500,000 at them, they're still in a poor
Jordans,
mindset.
Rolexes, Louis Vuitton.
They're still thinking of we were talking about abundance and scarcity.
Yep.
When your mindset's in a scarcity place and you're given abundance, the two don't go.
They don't go.
We see it all the time. You have young athletes that they sign
broke.
these contracts, and then dude gets a DUI because his
Or-
mindset was
or hangs
scarce,
out with the people from the hood that they were from, and they you're right. It's crazy. Sorry, I'll go crazy.
It's a trip.
It sucks though, but it sucks to see that because so much potential, and yet you want to impress the people that really ain't doing too much of anything.
They ain't shit.
I think you said it. I mean,
They ain't shit. Let's keep it
sometimes
real,
I be getting
bro.
in trouble. I be talking too much, but at the same time, but I don't say anything. I never say anything I regret. I don't say anything I regret.
Right.
I'm not the type of person that speaks with emotion. I speak with my solid either facts or what I truly believe in. So if I say something, I meant it.
No, 1,000%. And
If it
one
comes out
thing
harsh,
is,
I mean, okay. Well, sorry.
there's certain friends and there's certain habits and lifestyles that were great for that season, but it's a different season now. And you keep trying to, butt against this thing, and it's like, why is this not working? It's because that served you for that season.
It's not there no more.
We're moving on. That was last year's, fashion, or last year's, just to kind of analogize it. But at the end of the day, you got to progress with
Where you're at.
And I think family and having kids and having a wife is a huge motivator for me, and it matured me a lot. And a lot of my friends that I grew up with since kindergarten, since we were youngin', they're not around anymore. Because we're just in different places at this.
But
time.
you could love them from a distance.
1,000%.
Actually, you could probably love them
1,000%.
more from a distance.
1,000%.
Right? And I agree with you. And when you have a bigger purpose than just materialistic, right? Because, for instance, me and my girlfriend, you're gonna be here tonight in a couple hours. We can go bowling.
Yep.
We went through our thing around this time last year, and I started to lose focus on who Anthony Lopez was and what my grandpa embedded into me, because I started to have the followers, I have money. Now I'm not rich, but I make more money than the average human.
Yeah.
And I, got the Louis bag, the watch, the blah. I lived in Vegas, go get bottle service, And God checked me, and I'll never forget this thing. 'Cause I don't have kids, but I have a godson, and I have family, and I have a godson, and I have brothers and sisters. I have them, and Francine, my girlfriend. And I just got my dream truck, bro. Like,
What'd you get?
I got the truck outside, the 2025 HD 2500, fully loaded, fucking diesel, fucking just lifted
Big
wheels.
boy.
Big boy,
Big
baby.
boy.
We're comfy. If we go to San Francisco, we take that thing, baby.
Yeah.
We're comfy.
The heavy
The
jump.
heavy, right? Right? And so I got that, and me and my girl couldn't even get approved for a fucking $28,000 Jeep Cherokee Latitude. Not the cool Jeeps, the Jeep Cherokee.
Yeah.
Right? And I was looking in the cars after we got, everything and worked everything out, and we realized that, that we're each other's people, right? And I will never forget, bro, driving from Vegas to Arizona to go hang out with my boy Garrett to shoot some content. And I see my girl and I see my godson. My godson was on his iPad laying in the back of the truck. I was in my dream truck, dash is all new, still have the pick sticker and everything. And my girl was right there on the phone just holding my hand while I was driving. I looked there and I was like, damn, this is all I want. This is all, not the other shit. Like, this is what I work hard for. My godson gets in the truck, like, it's lifted, it's so big, it's this.
Yeah.
My girl's proud of us and what we accomplished. Like, fuck, like, I started to steer away from what truly would make me happy. And as a man, what makes me happy is providing for my family and the people I love.
Right.
Right? And like, so that gave me a new purpose. I still had to go through some other things within the last year of, kind of getting over my, watching my dad being murdered on. I had to watch in the courtroom and losing a best friend because, did me wrong and a couple other things and family stuff. But the last year was like really, even though I went through a lot of trials and tribulations, I made it out and I look back and it still hasn't changed.
Right.
I do this stuff for my family, for my clients, for people who support and want to like know that they're not alone. And when I start kind of messing up, or I start scrolling and look at those Rolexes or looking at those McLarens, which I'm gonna get,
They're gonna tap in.
They're gonna tap in, right?
Yeah.
But I always remember looking and see what really made me happy. It was my godson, it was my girlfriend, it was knowing my mom and my brothers and sisters all straight. And I was like, damn. So I kind of checked myself, and I still have to because I'm human.
It's a constant journey.
Yeah.
I listened to something this morning that really hit, and it said, there's no problem, there's no issues with being successful, but that's nothing but a byproduct of going through trials and tribulations and perseverance.
I like that.
You know what I mean?
I can relate that to weight loss.
That's always going to come when you're doing the right thing. It may not come in your timing.
No.
It usually never comes.
It
in
never.
that time.
That case, we'll all lose 100 pounds in 2 weeks.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? I think you would be a millionaire right now.
Yeah,
We all be like walking in
1,000%.
like Chris, baby, Mr. AP. You know, Balenciaga, head to toe.
$500,000 watch
I know,
on,
man. Just light, something
some
light,
slight,
you know.
some slight.
But you know, it has to be earned. You know,
Yeah.
and think about this. Like, have you ever really sat down and thought, in whatever your version of successful is, right, and whatever your version of rich is, right? Because there's a lot of different ways to be rich.
Of course.
But have you ever? I did this the other day. Have you ever sat down and thought like this version of you is on the way to being the most successful you've ever been? Like you're that much closer.
Tell me that's not the most those aren't the most satisfying moments.
Bro, they are. Like what? I got to pay rent today. Today's the first.
God
But
damn.
damn.
I gotta send that wire.
Me
You just
too. I
reminded me.
gotta do it today.
Damn, Sarah, my landlord, Sarah's like, where the fuck
Excuse
is
me,
this
it's
money
why you on a
at?
podcast, boy? You better be on it. You better wiring me the money. But you know, and I was just happened the other day. Like I'm in Irvine. You know what I mean? Like Irvine. I'm living
Just
the
that
herbs,
alone.
You know?
Just that. Where'd you grow up, by the way?
I grew up in Orange County, so I grew up a couple cities over. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Well, this is Orange County. Wait,
Orange County is a
Anaheim,
big
it's a big place.
It's a big and a crime.
I was in Buena Park, lived in the hood for a little bit. And then, you know what I mean? So that's where I was born and raised.
Yeah.
Buena Park is where I'm born and raised. So I'm not going to say I didn't live in like the ghetto, but I lived in like the ghetto of Buena
wasn't
Park.
always
It wasn't
sweet,
always
you know what I mean?
No, my mom's had we've had the lights turned off and we act like it was a sleepover when I was a kid. You know, my mom is a single mom. You know what I mean? So just because I had a great grandpa and grandma and uncles, I didn't live with them.
Right.
So we still struggled what my mom struggled with. She was myself, my sister who has a learning disability, and my brother. And so I would wake up and we'd get dropped off at my grandparents' house in the morning. I'll get my sister ready and my brother ready. Like, you know what I mean? I had my own version of struggling. Now, maybe some people grew up without shoes and stuff like that. And I feel for them, but I'm not going to lie and say that's my life, but also that's not the life God put in front of me.
Yeah, you didn't have it on the.
I didn't have it on the silver platter, but
1,000%.
also there's other people that have had it a lot worse. And I'm not going to I'm going to say that I live my struggle.
No, 1,000%.
What about you? Where are you from? Because you're black and Mexican also.
Yeah, black skin. Shout out to my black skin. I grew up in Chino for pretty much all the way up till I was 18.
Okay.
Went to college in New
Desert.
York.
Yeah. I think of Chino,
I don't
desert.
Like everyone's like, oh, Chino Hills. I was like, not the hills.
No, just Chino.
You know, the prison was right down the street.
I think Daniel was
He's from
Chino,
Fontana. So that's the
like
neighboring
neighbors.
city. It's crazy because I went to high school with his wife.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Joss?
Yeah.
That's my best friend. But I told her she signed into my best friend now. So when I'm not sure if he knows, I was the best man in their wedding.
I didn't.
So when I went to go sign the paper, I looked at Joss. I was like, do I want to sign this? Do I want to make this move? I was like, okay,
Yeah, we
love
gotta go
Joss.
through an interview first.
Yeah. I like Joss. I love Joss. I love her to death. But yeah, it's a small world, bro.
It is.
So
it
small
is.
world.
And back to what you were saying too, I remember there was a point during COVID, I started up a meal prep business. And
Wait, hold on. What?
Yeah.
Shut up.
Yeah,
Dude,
so-
I owned a meal prep company too.
Did you
During
really?
COVID. We sold food during COVID and we owned a meal prep company.
So we were focusing on like high end vending machines. 5 foot, touch screen, and you can put advertising, etc. Ended up falling out, but I was working on my garage. I still actually have a picture. I'll never forget it. But I had a little makeshift desk, and I had my whiteboard and hottest shit in there, and to wake up first thing in the morning and be there all day. And at night, I was smoking during the time. I would sit on my porch and smoke a backwood and just think, in a year or two, like I'm gonna be in OC, the trees gonna be nice, I'm gonna be living by the beach. Didn't know how the fuck I was gonna do it.
We never do.
But fast forward, and now like when I'm chilling in my room and like I'm looking out at my neighbors walking their little chow chows and shit, I'm like, yo, we did that shit.
You did, yeah,
You know
yeah.
what I mean? We did that
You
shit.
planted the seed, and everyone plants a seed, bro. You know how many people? There's people have gardens in the backyard, but they're just gardens of seeds. Mm-hmm. Everyone plants seeds, bro, but no one waters them. No one goes out there when it's raining. No one goes out there when it's snowing, when it's hot, when they don't want to, and water that stuff. And I do this analogy with my clients, and I'll share this with you. Maybe you could share with someone. If you go out there and water, if I plant a seed right now, say I go plant 50 seeds right now, and I don't water it, what happens?
Shit never gonna grow.
No, never gonna do nothing, right? And then, but what if I go out there, I have those same 50 seeds, and I water for the next 3 or 4 days? What happens?
Whatever that percentage that's gonna grow is gonna start growing.
Yeah, but guess
Not
what?
all of them.
You don't see it though. It starts growing from the bottom.
True.
So you don't notice that your roots are there.
First,
You don't get to see it though. You're doing all this work, right? 2 weeks of work, 3 weeks of work, a month of work. I don't see it.
Right.
It's not until that enough work is put into where you start to see a little bit.
Right.
And a little bit.
And then your motivation
starts growing. So that's an analogy I do with my clients. So like, oh yeah, if you water, coach, everything's gonna grow. Well, no, it won't. You won't see it because it's going to be dirt until about week 3 or whatever it is, you know? And then you start seeing yourself. Then that's your motivation, because if I see something grow, even though it's so small, people are like, that's stupid, bro. That's not anything. That's just, I'm like, that's going to be a watermelon one day. Why I said watermelon now, I don't know. But that's what came to my head. Don't you judge me. All right? Anyone out there, I don't know why I said watermelon.
I was about to go there, bro.
But
grapes, watermelon.
Kool-Aid packages, fried chicken, hot damn, that's my other 50% of my side talking.
Exactly.
But yeah, it's going to grow. And then people don't think it's like, oh, that's stupid. That's stupid. But motherfucker, when my watermelon's out and you motherfuckers want some, all of a sudden those are the best watermelons I've ever had. No, you ain't getting to my watermelons. You didn't help me water.
You didn't put the work.
You didn't put the work.
You know, to kind of go off what you were saying, what's a trip is you don't need to water weeds.
Damn.
They grow. And they grow a lot quicker and a lot faster than what you're trying to grow.
You don't need to water weeds, but they still
But you still planted that seed. It was a bad seed. And it grew by itself. And it usually grows a lot quicker than your good ones. It takes no effort.
You just added to my analogy, big dog. Hey, I appreciate it. I'm
That's
going to take
what
that
we're
one. I'm
here
taking all
for,
the credit on that one.
yeah.
But I'm not just
Take
kidding.
that one,
Everybody,
bro.
nah, coach, I heard him. I heard Brandon say that. Stop listening to my podcast, damn it. No, I'm just kidding. No, that's true. Like, you don't need, you don't need a,
And they be
bro,
popping
they'll
up
be popping up everywhere.
You trying to chop them down.
You try to, have you ever had a like a rower?
Yeah.
Bro, me and my grandpa, I'll never forget this, bro. My grandpa had like a freaking, like an infestation of like weeds and we think it was like something, I don't know what it was. We don't know what it was. So it was like, me, I was like, we're gonna replant, like do the whole backyard. So he's like, oh, we're gonna go get a rower. And you know, I'm young. I'm happy. I'm like, fuck, you get a machine with a motor? I'm like, oh, let's go. So we get it. We carry that thing off the truck, dying. Like, I'm 13. I'm fat. Right. Dying. You know what I mean? You know, just whatever.
You said, where's the Kool-Aid at?
I know.
Kool-Aid? Cool me down.
This was my Mexican grandma's. Our fresh guys. Right? But we go and we get the rower. Bro, first off, that was hell. Those things all bumpy. It pulls you like, you know. And we do everything, get everything done. So it breaks up all the dirt. And then we laid the grass. Grandpa was being cheap. Didn't want people to do it, so we had to pay. We did it.
Yeah, of course.
And grass started growing, and then a couple months later, the weeds started coming back.
They back.
Bro, oh my gosh, man. Like, talking about that, like, we didn't water. We watered the grass.
Yep.
But yet the weeds are right there with it.
Yep.
You know what I mean? So I like that analogy, because those things don't need any type of love. They don't need any type of support. They will just be there and haunt you.
And they're deeply rooted.
And guess what, though? The weeds, they go away. But it took a long time. It took a lot of watering the right things. It took a lot of breaking down the dirt again, figuring out the root of the problem was.
Right.
And I think what it was the next door guy, his plants were, because they have a wall, and his, whatever he was on his side was like plant, like it was like coming on this side.
Right.
Like what are the seeds or whatever the hell it was. And I think that's where it was coming from, because once he cut their thing, that's it. And I know, I see where you're going. Say it.
In the trip, though,
someone else
the
is fucking
people around you, bro,
oh, damn.
Seeds,
damn. That's true. I'm just saying that's true. Shout out to Randy, asshole. I'm glad he cut that damn thing down. It pissed us off. But you know what I mean? It's true. And it's true.
Yeah.
Someone around us, we were doing the right thing. We were watering the right thing. We were excited to see something grow. But we got held back because who was around us. And then once the person around us was gone, which is obviously an analogy of a neighbor's house, once he chopped down that thing and got rid of that thing on the walls, all of a sudden our grass was nice and green.
Now you Gucci.
Yep. But you got to keep watering it, though.
Yeah.
You got to keep it alive.
That work never stops, you know.
Damn, that was good. That's
crazy
we're not
how
high.
that just turned into
I don't,
that shit,
I don't smoke. You don't smoke.
No
So that
more,
was just
bro.
our brain
No more.
working. That was dope. Jay, put that all together, please.
You can learn a lot from plants.
You can learn a lot. No, you can learn a lot
lot.
from ants.
Bro, I just seen a video the other day.
And
this
Canada.
is completely off topic. They filled a anthill with concrete, right? It was an abandoned anthill. They put 10 tons of concrete and then excavated to see how big this ant.
The ant. Yeah, I seen that.
was.
I seen
Bro,
that.
It was like a football field
Of a whole community.
I'm like, what the fuck? That shit was crazy.
No.
It's completely off topic, but I was just like, yo, what the?
No, you can learn a lot from ants and Bugs Life. It's a great movie.
Shout out to the
caterpillar. That's what I'm talking about. But no, like honestly, ants are stronger. Mm-hmm. They're strong and they work off of community.
Yeah.
And if there's a bad ant, they kill them.
Got to get out of here.
You got to go.
Yep. And there's one queen.
One.
That's their purpose.
And that's it. And that's who they work for. And if you stir, and everyone has a different job. Mm-hmm. Some people ants go find the food. There's ants that come back and carry the food. There's ants who help create. You get what I'm saying? Like there's digger ants. Like I know I'm nerding out, people. I know a lot about ants. I follow Ant Cannon on YouTube, okay? But what I'm saying though is you can learn a lot from them because they have the most functional society.
They do.
Or community, sorry.
And they know their role.
And they know their role and they stay their role. So imagine if we know our role. Let's be honest. We know what we want to do. We're just too lazy to do it. I knew that I didn't want to be fat. I know that I wanted to own a McLaren. I know that I wanted to own a sports car. I know that I wanted to go to amusement parks with my brother. I knew that I wanted a snowboard and dirt bike ride, but I didn't want to put in the work to do it. Mm-hmm. I knew I wanted to do social media. Thought it was going to be car stuff. Obviously, lo and behold, look where we're at today. But at the end of the day, I wasn't even going to be that because I wasn't willing to put in all the work.
Right.
But now look where we're at today when I decided to learn discipline and consistency, right? And I followed what I feel that God put on my heart. It may have shifted, but I always had in my heart, I knew I had to work hard. I just would choose not to do it.
Yeah.
And now I followed what I want to do. Look where we're at. Like we get to sit here for X amount of time and talk. And there's one person listening. Now we average about 500 views. So thank you guys. There's 500 people listening. One of them needed this conversation.
Yeah.
Maybe more, but at least one of them, right? Our conversation of our life and what we've built, we brought value to someone. Like maybe one, maybe 100. I don't know, right? But someone. And like to think that I was living a life that brought no value to myself, my family, my friends, my loved one, my girlfriend. It's like, how much time was I going to waste until
what were you doing?
What was I doing?
You know
nothing.
What I mean?
Literally nothing.
A lot of people live like that too.
And that's why as a society, we're unhappy, bro. That's why, and I'm going to speak to men out there. That's why this is the time we live in of men are unhappy because us, and I don't care what anyone says, it is wired from the beginning of times, is men are protectors.
Yeah.
And if you can't protect and you can't provide, then you're not doing what's in your DNA.
Yep.
So of course I was waking up depressed and upset because I was sitting there and I'm calling myself out. I'm not calling anyone else this, so don't take offense to this. But I would sit there and look at myself and say, I'm a fucking fat fucking slob and I can't even see my dick. Why are you laughing?
I try to keep a straight face.
I always give people that one because you don't think about it because because I can look down and see it now, but I couldn't before because that belly was out to here. But I'm saying though, like I felt fucking like a loser.
Yeah,
bro. Have you ever had like surgery?
I had surgery on my thumb and I had my appendix removed, which was probably one of the worst pains.
Ow. Okay, so like any of those, I'm not sure either one of those surgery. Like, did your girlfriend or wife have to help you with stuff?
So at the time I was young. When I had my appendix removed, basically I was living with my mom. So I was in high school, but could barely get up, right? I was bedridden for probably like 2 weeks, sneezing, coughing, like that shit felt like someone was tearing my abs. Because basically they did 3 incisions and then moved all the shit around, took out the appendix. But essentially, yes, I was relying on my mom's and my brother.
How did you feel as a kid? Even though you're a kid, how did you feel have to rely on them?
Dude, it felt super. I've always been very active. I don't like to be in one place.
Same.
Right? So I want to be outside. Yeah.
Yeah, honestly.
I call it motivation.
It's my superhero, bro.
Yes, sir.
It's my superhero. I've got 6 businesses since we talked.
Bro.
You see how I worked earlier. Like, I want to do something cool.
He said, wait, hold on.
That's how I had to get it out, man. But it worked. You look, you got it,
Yeah.
But yeah, keep going.
You need. Essentially, though, it was just, I felt useless.
Yeah.
I couldn't hoop. I could barely get up to go to the restroom. I don't like feeling reliant on people. So, and that was one time in my life that I was reliant
on
almost
everybody.
100% on those around me. Shout out to moms and brothers.
So you were a young man.
Yeah.
Imagine being an adult. Imagine how these guys feel that don't work and their wives work and they stay at home. Imagine how you feel when you can't even fucking hang a TV, right? Some people don't know how to hang a TV. I hung this TV. I am man. You know what I mean? I create fire, Like, think about when you wake up, you don't have a purpose every single day. Like, and I can't speak for a woman. I can't. I'm not a lady.
Yeah, they have a
whole different purpose, right?
Which is
but I was
just
thinking
as
about
hard.
the man right now. I was like, imagine waking up. I woke up every day without bringing any type of value to my girlfriend, to my family, and of course I felt like shit, bro. Because once I started being a man, once I started bringing, and man doesn't mean like I'm a man, I can fight. You should be able to do some type of contact sport if you're a man. But anyways,
Yeah, you
I
gotta
digress.
protect the
you gotta
family,
protect
you
the
know what I
family,
mean?
right? At least on a little, little pew pew.
Yeah.
But yeah, whatever, right? Anyways, but when I started doing those things, and I started going to the gym, I started getting stronger, I started losing weight, started becoming closer to God. I started, making money. I started doing this stuff. I started feeling better.
Right.
I started feeling like I had purpose, and then social media came along, and I started inspiring people. Then my girlfriend respects me more. She doesn't admit it, but I think she doesn't admit it. No, she'll admit that she loves me more because me, obviously, you got some muscles.
You know what I mean? Anyone who says the physical doesn't matter
They lie
is
like a
damn
rogue.
liar.
See, I tell her all the
bro.
time. She's like, I loved you no matter what. I was like, okay.
You ain't gotta lie.
Okay, cool. I'm gonna go back to driving Uber and get 600 pounds. She's like, nope, I ain't accepting that. I was like, well, why not? You love me no matter what. She's like, well, you're like this now. I was like, but you love me no matter what.
Right.
Because you know damn well that you didn't want my belly smacking your back. It wasn't.
That's back shots. That's the definition of back shots right there.
That shit ain't
damn.
attractive. That ain't you. What were you talking about earlier? You don't see freaking 650-pound heavy to modified on a Carl's Jr. commercial because you're gonna stay away from
right,
there,
bro. It's an aesthetic world. I went to school for advertising marketing. I minored in graphic design, and some of these classes that I took are just science classes of aesthetics, right? Where to place things, different colors. The human mind is naturally wired to have certain things that they're attracted to aesthetically.
Yep.
Including human anatomy, art, colors, etc. That's why stop signs are red, because that's the color that pops out the most
Dangerous
to the
stop.
human eye.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So anyone that says that, looks don't matter, do they mean everything? No. But do they have value? 1,000%. 1,000%.
I mean, in that case, there wouldn't be makeup. All right, there wouldn't be colognes. I don't want to smell your fucking BO. There's deodorant.
Yeah.
I mean, we live in that time where aesthetics do matter. Now, should they be the only thing that matters? No. But if someone doesn't take care of themselves and how they look and how they act and how they present themselves, that's probably not someone that you're gonna either want to spend the rest of your life with, or you're gonna trust them with some type of business or your money or helping you or or design a house. Or, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it does.
1,000%.
I mean, man, think about this. Like, if I was gonna go and help you build something, I don't know, whatever it is, can't think of anything right now, and I pull up in a
Say we're building a car.
build them car, and I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna teach you. I got you, bro. I'm gonna show you. And I pull up in a freaking 1960, 70, 85 Honda Civic, dirty as hell. Hubcaps are bumpers falling off. Paint's not dirty, clean, dirty outside.
Right.
Not taken care of. All the check engine lights on. And I get out, and I'm dressed fucking sloppy. Are you gonna trust me?
But bro, you can't even take care of your own shit.
Exactly. People don't want to admit it, but I don't see you guys hiring a 650-pound weight loss coach. I didn't have anyone reaching out to me for no coaching. I'm trying to keep clients now. I'm over here fucking. I thought I was buff, you know what I mean? But you got to have an aesthetic. You have to look that part.
Yeah. No, I think it's a little deeper too than just looking the part. I think it's a representation of how you think inside. So like for my dude was my boy Mo is a firefighter. While you're doing the interview to become a firefighter, they're outside looking at your car, looking at your trunk, seeing if you keep it clean. Does he take care of it? Because that's a representation of your life.
Yo, I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's a trip.
I'm gonna start doing that before I take on clients.
It's a trip.
I'm like, FaceTime me right now.
Yeah,
Take me
let
to
me
car.
see your room.
Bro, that's
know
crazy.
what I mean?
That's how I coach.
Yeah.
I literally have people on my program right now sending me pictures of their room, their dishes being done, and their car weekly, daily. And because people think it's so small, but bro, what happens? Mine's just floor. This floor looks crazy because there's been a lot of people through here today.
Yeah,
but mine is just floor. And be honest, because you didn't know who I was when you came up here. I set this whole upstairs. All this, right? So I'm not sure if you've seen how it looked before, but every single that was from my house. That thing's from IKEA. That's obviously my logo. This whole wall, everything right here. I did all this stuff, right? So when you came up here, what did you think of this upstairs?
This shit is real. This is like the real deal. And it's crazy because the 2 people today that I've seen walk in is like, oh, this shit's nice.
Right? And we
You know,
keep it
this shit
clean,
looks
and everything
solid.
has a spot. I love Adrian. Adrian is like Mr. And me and him, OCD, ADHD,
I'm
all
really
over.
much so like that. If something's off, I gotta
turn
straighten it
You
up.
know, I was looking at this, like, oh, there's a little dust right here. Gotta clean that real quick when we get done. You know, but the reason why is because it's representation. When you come up here, it's like, wait, hold on, this is a rentable podcast. Oh wait, Heavy to Modified sits there. Oh wait, what are the? You know what I mean? Like everything's a
Right.
representation of us, right? Of Premium, of Heavy to Modified, of Vor, right? So when they come up here, Premium needs to be matched with cleanliness with Heavy to Modified because we're both a representation of ourselves. So if we came up here and everything was dirty, there's trash on the floor, there's this, there's that, it doesn't smell good, it smells like ass. Well, then why would they want to be in a podcast room? Why would they want to get their car worked on? Why would they want to come up here and wait while their car's getting worked on and trust these people with a nasty place? They wouldn't.
Right.
They wouldn't want to, right? Because everything that you do has to be of value. You don't have to have the we don't have the most elaborate podcast studio. We have a nice one, but there's way better ones.
Yeah.
I don't have the best screen or best this and best that, best couches. We don't, but we have what we have and we keep it clean. So it's not about what it is, it's about how you keep it.
It is.
Right? Because some people only could afford a 1970 Honda, but why does it have to be dirty? Why does the hubcaps have to be mismatching? Why does the tires have to be different? Why does the check engine lights have to be on?
Right.
It's not what you have, it's how you keep it.
How are you gonna have the Rari when you can't take care of the Honda? You know what I mean? I think it's like you hit it on the head. They are small things, right? But these small things add up, and 2, it's like I feel like people, myself included, I used to make the excuse of, I don't need to do that. You know, I don't need to make my bed because I'm gonna get in it later tonight anyways.
Lazy.
But it's not about lazy as fuck. My girl's like, bro, you're tripping. But it's not about how the bed looks. It's the fact that you have something that you need to check off the list and you need to spend some effort on and you need to do and get in the structure and the discipline of
do what
doing
you don't
that.
wanna do.
Because then you're gonna get something heavy thrown on you. How the fuck are you gonna take care of that when you can't make your bed? It's the simplest thing to do.
Facts. And you know what? Your room looks bigger when your bed's made.
It looks so much nicer.
Nicer, bigger.
You feel better.
good. You ever get into a made bed? It feels like it's just
Like I'm in
good.
a hotel.
Like, yeah, like I feel good. Like I'm like showered, just get good, you know?
Yeah,
And like a clean place. I always say this: a clean house is a clean mind, right? And that's
1000%,
why if
yep.
some of my clients who start off with me started calling you guys out, but I was like this too. My clients who start off with me, their house is a mess. Their rooms are a mess. They're dirty clothes everywhere. They're fucking dirt. There's dust under the seat. It's nasty.
Right.
But as they start working themselves, things start to get a little better because they start understanding. Wait, hold on. When I look around, I want to see. My life's already chaotic, but the first place that I can start cleaning up is my room, is my car, is this, and and I always tell my clients, like, what is something you haven't done in a long time? And if I fucking have a Zoom call with any client, and their smoke alarm beeps, I will stop.
Change
I will
the
stop,
damn
bro. I've
battery,
stopped
bro.
calls before because I one time I let it go. I'm like, hey, once we get off this call, what happened? Change that damn alarm. And I got on and I heard a beep. Hey, you're my client. You're paying me for my time, but I'm telling you right now, I'm ending the Zoom call. So why, coach? Go put a damn battery in that alarm. That you're gonna spend this 20-minute call. You're gonna go drive to 99-cent store, whatever you need to go, get yourself a battery, and change that alarm.
You know, there's a meme going around right now about our people and not changing your damn batteries. Come on, y'all. We gotta do better than this.
I
bro.
wasn't even
We
trying to
gotta
put
do
it to
better than
race,
this.
but it's been a lot. But I would tell you, it's been a mix of races with it. I've had people do this.
No, I'm fucking around.
But yeah.
That shit
But
is hilarious.
that is hilarious because they'll be like, yeah. Anyways, I'm not get there. But anyways, man, we could talk forever, and I love this conversation because you are building you. I want to end with this because I feel like we talked about a lot of different things and people take a lot of different stuff, even just a cool conversation, right?
Right.
But I want to kind of end with this right here. You changed careers and you didn't wait for the perfect time. You know what I mean? And that's something very scary. Like there's people that are waiting for the perfect time to lose weight, to change careers. Can you kind of let them know what your perfect time was, I guess? Because there's no perfect time, but what would your time of like, what, this is it?
That's a great point, right? So through all this, what I learned, I didn't know that VOR and Premium was going to be an opportunity when I quit.
Okay.
That was off the table. Nothing had been discussed. Didn't even think it was a possibility. But what I learned is a lot of people are waiting for that perfect time because they don't want to make the leap of faith, right? It's like having your cake and eat it too. I want the option that I'm going to before I make this leap of faith, because I feel comfortable doing that. But when I made the leap of faith, not knowing what the fuck I was going to do, this opportunity came almost immediately. And then the light was shed on, you made the opportunity because this was always there for you, but it wasn't going to be revealed until you made the leap of faith. You had to move forward in order
open that
to
door.
reveal what's
Yeah.
going to be next. And there's no perfect time. If it's on your heart, it's on your heart for a reason. Whether you believe in God, Buddha, the universe, etc., the voice is speaking for a reason. And when you make that leap of faith, what you're doing is aligning yourself for the opportunities to come. But it's impossible for those opportunities to come unless you align yourself. So for me, there was no perfect timing. I thought about, maybe I'll do it end of year. Maybe I'll stack up for 6 more months, blah, blah, blah. And the point in time came where I just said, you know what, rip the Band-Aid off, do it. You're going to figure it out. And then boom, the conversation with Chris came almost immediately. And for me, I was like, oh, thank you, God, and it doesn't always happen like that. Sometimes you got to go through some other shit in order for those opportunities to come. But there is no perfect timing until you look back
And you're like,
oh, that was the perfect
meant for me.
time.
That was the
Yeah,
perfect
you know
time.
what I mean?
But it won't be, the light won't shine on it until the work's already done.
Yep.
That's so sick, because I know people are listening like, oh, I'm going to join this program one day. Oh, I'm going to start a company one day. Oh, I'm going to leave this horrible boss one day. I'm going to leave this horrible man one day. I'm going to leave this horrible woman one day. But it's like, it's never going to come because you're allowing it not to come.
You're not doing it.
You're not doing it. You're not
doing it.
It's like me saying, hey, everyone, I'm going to run there. Hey, everyone, I'm running. I'm going to go. wait, I'm going. Like, you know what I mean? Everyone's like, what the we've been here for 10 years.
Right. You could have been there.
You could have been there and
gone back and
you
came
could have came back and brought someone with you,
Yeah.
Yeah. And I love that. I feel like that was very impactful, right? Is because you didn't have no perfect time. You did it. And then when you did it, you realized that was your perfect time.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm excited to see what you do. I'm excited to see what you guys build. I'm excited to, watch it grow, because it's very inspiring. You know what I mean? I definitely would love to have you back on the podcast. Maybe I think we could circle back at this one and find so many different topics to kind of go off of, because at the end of the day, it's like everyone is scared to take the leap of faith, but only the people who truly want to be successful will take it.
1,000%.
That's why I believe
And
it.
just look back at anyone that is successful, and there is every single person, that you deem successful, whether it's money, family, knowledge, wisdom, will give you that point in time that they made a leap of faith. There's no one that hasn't.
Yep.
And that's it's so simple, but it's so complex at the same time, because it's human nature to want to be comfortable and want to feel safe. Mm-hmm. And a lot of times you feel like you're going against that human nature, but you don't realize what's on the other side. It's right there. Like, you literally you're at the top of the hill. All you got to do is go over it and you're going to see it. But people just don't want to go over the top of the hill.
They won't see it.
It's hard going uphill.
Ain't that true? Have you ever ran uphill? It's hard.
I hate running.
I know he likes running. He's a runner. You can tell. Instagram. I know you're rebuilding yourself, your brand.
Yes.
Whatever. What do you want to put up there? What do you want to push towards the people so they can see more of you? So I know you got some content coming out soon.
Yeah, we're working on a lot of things. For me right now, this point in time is rebranding my personal. The Instagram has always been, up until this point, just something to post memories, but it's a tool that we got to utilize in this day and age. So right now it's going to be essentially my journey into this new industry. Clients that I work with, success stories, failures. I think that's super important to post those as well.
Hell yeah.
And it's just going to be a rebranding of me going into the car industry, and, anyone that needs something, whether it's selling, buying, fixing up, whatever, PPF,
the car plug,
vinyl, rims, exhaust. I want to be the guy that you at least, see what I can do for you,
Best prices in town.
Best price, brother.
I love it, man. Yo, this is a great podcast. All this information will be down below. And at the end of the day, if you took anything from this podcast, whether it be motivation, you laughed, some knowledge, just a great conversation, please share, like it, comment. We love comments. I think having a podcast is like a very stressful thing because you don't get a lot of comments right off the back. And we talk for an hour. You're like, did that anyone even care? Because sometimes you'll get views.
What
but
are
you
y'all
don't comment. What are you guys
thinking?
thinking? Like, let me know. Also, same time, sharing because, we want to grow this and to be one of the world's biggest podcasts. And we only could do that with your help. So long as we keep bringing value and you keep sharing and posting and liking and commenting and just letting people know about this podcast and listening to it and just, just taking it in every single time we post is a big help and it goes a long way. A share, a like, a comment goes a very long way. And we really appreciate it because at the end of the day, I make no money at all doing these podcasts, but I do it because my clients and all of you love to listen to it. It means so much. And I get to have awesome people like Brandon on here. So until the next time, I hope you guys enjoy this podcast. Get out there, become great. Because on Modify Your Life, we talk about modifying life mentally, physically, emotionally, financially, and spiritually. And that's what we want all you to do. Level up in every single aspect of life.
Appreciate you having me on, man.
All this happened for myself and my family. There's no way that this is real, man, it can't be.